Hi guys, thanks for joining me for another video. Today I thought I'd just share a quick video with you with regards to the GMT Master 2, the Rolex GMT Master 2. You can see that on the right hand side of this picture you can see a GMT Master 2, that's the back girl. I made a video on that earlier in the week, just discussing how much I loved the back girl on the Jubilee bracelet rather than the Oyster. Today I want to show you how basically to set the mechanism for the GMT functionality and how it works and what have you, but just to be a little bit difficult and a little bit awkward, I thought I'd do it on a rather awkward watch here. I thought I'd do it on the GMT Master 2 Sprite, or the VTNR, which I showed you the other day. This is a new model which came out at the start of 2022, so it's one of the newer GMT Master 2 models. This one obviously is very special in some respects in that it actually has the, as you can see, the crown and the date cyclops over on the left hand side rather than the right, to the ire of a lot of Rolex enthusiasts, but to my love, because I think this is a great watch. Now a lot of people have said, hey, you know, this is going to be a really awkward watch to set on the wrist. I wear my watches on my right wrist, so here we are. This is what one looks like. Look, I'll be honest with you guys, do I actually change anything? Do I actually even move this crown when my watch is on my wrist? No, I don't. I never do. I never, even if I were to wear my watch on my left hand, I don't think I would actually try and adjust anything with the watch whilst it's on my wrist. I always take my watch off anyway to make adjustments to it. So here we are, I've taken it off, and I'll just give you a quick overview as to essentially the functionality of the GMT Master and how it operates. So as you can see here, we've got a conventional time. We've got the hour, the minute and the second hand. We've also got this other green hand here, just hovering just before the 4 o'clock indis there. That's the GMT hour hand, and that's telling me, if I read it according to the bezel, that's telling me that it's just after 7 AM, because of course it's a 24-hour bezel. And of course the local time, which is measured with the hour hand and the minute hand, is also telling me that it's just coming up to 23 minutes past 7. So firstly, I'll show you how to set the standard time with the 24-hour hand, because, and this is the key thing, you set the local time by unscrewing the crown, and you pull the crown all the way out. It comes out 2 pops, and what I can do now is I can actually move the 24-hour hand. You can see it moving there, and you can also see that the 12-hour hand is moving as well. So what I want to do, let's say it's 10 AM. Okay, so I move the 24-hour hand until it gets to 10 AM there, and I pop it in, and of course my hour hand is also, my local hour hand up here is also pointing to 10. Now if I were to go travelling, let's say I want to go back 2 hours, because I'm based in Auckland here and I want to go to Sydney, which is 2 hours behind, what I'll do is I'll just pop the crown out once and I can move the hour hand back. See how I turn the crown and the hour hand will just jump. So great functionality here with the jumping hour hand. So I'll just move that to, let's say, so it's 10 AM, I want to go back to 8 AM, and there we are. I've set the hour hand to 8 AM. You can see here that the seconds hand is still ticking, so I haven't had to hack the watch. I haven't had to stop the entire movement just to change the time. So now I've set my hour hand here, I've gone back 2 hours, I pop it back in, and here you go guys, here's the screwing down of the crown of a left hand GMT. It's exactly the same as a right hand GMT. It's not harder, it's not more difficult, it's not more awkward. It's just different. You just have to get used to it. So there you go. So I've now got my local time. So when I'm in Sydney and I want to know what the time is in Auckland, I can see that it's 10 AM in Auckland. But I've just flown to Sydney, and here I am. It's 8 AM in Sydney. Now, if I were to be travelling overnight and the date where I've come from is behind or forward, if I move the jumping hour hand here back, I can actually turn the date backwards, you see? Now on most watches that's forbidden. You don't turn the date backwards, you always turn the date forwards, because the mechanism doesn't like going backwards on a date wheel. Very hard to get it reset if you manage to mess that up. So the great thing about the GMT Master 2 is that you can actually go backwards on the date. You can go as far as you like back, so I can just keep going back, and I've done this many times before, so I'm back on the 29th now. So that means that if I wanted to change the date whilst I'm travelling across a time zone where the date actually changes, I can just keep going and it's not a problem. Here you go, the date flicks over. It does flick over at exactly 12 o'clock as well, which is great. So there we are. That's how we move the date. That's how we move the local time. And I'll just go back here to where I was. There you go. There's 8. That's 8 p.m. now, of course. Now, one more thing. You can actually track a third time zone with the GMT Master 2, and that's where you actually would probably start to look to rotate the bezel. So it's 8 here. It's 10 here, and I want to track a time zone which is, let's say, an hour behind where I am, so I might just want to move the bezel, there you go, an hour back or an hour forwards, and I can read the time from this marker, from the top marker, from the 12, the conventional 12 marker, from the GMT hand, which is showing me my home time, and also from the local time. So yeah, you can actually easily track 3 time zones with this watch. So there you go, just a quick overview really of how the GMT function works on the GMT Master 2. If you wanted to see anything else with this watch, I'm happy to do some more demonstrations of how the watch operates, how it works, how it looks on the wrist, and I will be doing some more reviews over the next few days with regards to the comparison between the GMT Master 2 Batman, there you go, Batman, and the Batgirl. As you can see here, I've got them both, so I'm sure a lot of you are going to be quite interested to hear my thoughts on these 2 watches and how they compare to each other, which I'll do over the next few days, and I'll post that video up later in the week. So there you go, guys. I hope that was of interest to you and something useful to look at on a Saturday afternoon. Thanks for watching, and as I said earlier, please do subscribe to the channel if you like what you're seeing. I have every intention of making more content. I hope it gets better. I hope the narrative gets better, the sound gets better, and the picture will get better. So thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in the next one.